Welcome everyone, Simon here from the Wales of Wall Street. Quick update here on Solve.Care, one of our favourite bags here at the Wales of Wall Street. Covering this project for a while now, and of course the most recent one, actually we did the video I think when it was about 130% up in the day. I think it was like 2 days ago, and within the rest of that day and into the day after, we had some even more obscene rises. We'll go into that in a bit more detail in the chart in a second. But why did this happen? Of course, we found obviously in that previous video about potential partnership coming, and since then, guys, on the social platform, as you can see in front of us right now on the screen, there's been a couple of teasers, if you like, as to what this partner might be and how it might be involved. So, guys, get creative in the comments below. What do you think the partner will be for Solve.Care? So the first one here was adrenaline pumping news. So there's a couple of observations I made here about this nice like heart rate thing. Adrenaline, of course, being related to blood pressure, chemical balance within your body, and creating heart palpitations and thus making decisions in different ways. But APN, a lot of people shouting. There's so many comments, guys, on the comments here and about Amazon and Apple Pay, and I'm like, where on earth did you get the influence of that? But people saying about APN, about AWS, so I've kind of understood that one a bit, but I was a bit like, I'm not quite sure Solve would be immediately ready for those kind of partnerships yet. Don't get me wrong, in the future I'm sure with like the Apple Watch and stuff, or with AWS with its platform, cloud and everything, of course that is an option. And of course Amazon working towards that pharmaceutical care integration of their service as well. So I think that might be something down the line. But then the second teaser came through here: exciting celebration, groundbreaking. Okay, so to me, that spelled out, I may be looking at this completely wrong, but that spells out to me ECG, which of course is related to heart monitoring, the palpitation and heart rhythm and everything like that, especially for people who have maybe breathing difficulties or high blood pressure and stuff like that. So we've already got two kind of areas of questions here. It's all kind of, to me, looking like it's related to hearts, not Amazon or Apple or other. Someone even put Pfizer, which is, to be fair, a considerable option because of healthcare, but I can't really see it being that, not at this stage. But I'm sure they're doing some things in the background with some major pharmaceutical companies, of course, in the world. So this is day 2 of their partnership competition. There's the second clue. I think there's another one tomorrow as well. And I think the announcement itself is on the 26th, which is what we covered a few days back, which was this here. So 26th of October, the partnership will be announced. What does that mean for the chart? Let's jump into that. Smash the like button if you're enjoying the content here, guys. Welcome aboard to new subscribers, and welcome aboard in general to anyone that is new to our channel. Smashing through that list, going up to 3,000 nearly already. I can't believe it. Thank you for your support. So let's take a look at the chart here, guys. So look at this, by the way. Just wanted to pinpoint this. 697% gains since 3 days ago. In fact, I'm just going to measure that back up properly. 673%, sorry. That is absolutely phenomenal. This has obviously come out from the partnership announcement. There's obviously a bit of FOMO in here. There's a bit of anticipation as to what this might be. But we've gone from a price point, guys, of around 7 cents to 37 that we're landing in right now as of recording. But we've gone as high, guys, as 59 cents. So it's quite interesting, really. And I just wanted to double check something, actually, if we're spot on with this. But I'm pretty sure that leveled with the previous all-time high back here. And it's a pinpoint that we made actually in the previous video. So this orange line isn't one that I've drawn in today for this video. This is the orange line we drew in 2-3 days ago to pinpoint this previous all-time high on the 22nd of May. Look at that for a resistance. It's bang on. Incredible. So clearly, many traders were very interested in this area. In fact, if I just want to see how far off we were. So that's a high of 0.589. It's 589. And this one was 0.59. Oh, we couldn't quite make it, but the principle of the matter still remains the same. That was clearly a big resistance move. We've got the rejection yesterday, we got the rejection today. I was looking at the price point around 44 cents earlier, and I was thinking maybe I should sell some more now and watch that drop, and I didn't, and missed out obviously on a net around about a 10-cent move there. But there's been a phenomenal amount of opportunity in these last 3 days for traders out there, particularly myself. This is one of the ones I was trying to accumulate without having to put more of my own cash in, as it were. And I did I think I probably did about 10 or 15 movements of limit orders and things over the last 24, 48 hours, and hit pretty much every single one of them. I'll share those. I'll share those in the next video, show you exactly what I've done. I don't have massive bags of Solve. I bought it for a bit of fun, in the sense that I knew about the healthcare market. I thought we had a lot more time with this particular token. I still think that. I think what we're seeing here, guys, I mean, if you look at the history, of course, we had previously some nice general movements organically and on the corrections and on the way up as well. So this is very much manipulated, in my opinion, around the obviously the conversation of a new potential partner. So if someone was asking in our WhatsApp group that I have personally with a load of other people that are involved in crypto trading and opportunities, they asked a question like, is it a good time to jump to Sol? And I was like, absolutely not. Maybe for the long term, maybe 5-10 years time, this kind of price point of 60 cents or 36 cents is applicable. And I'm sure maybe even in this run in general that we might organically come back to this number. But I was like, you must be wary of this jump here. And we're already seeing the tail off already. We had the big influx. We've had I wouldn't even call that a quarter's worth. And then we've had this very small, minute growth spurt today, nearly hitting that previous all-time high, and then the retracement back already. So this is too gigantic, and it's too something you really need to consider. It is almost along the approach of buy the rumor, sell the news. So a lot of people were also asking on Twitter and things like that, and YouTube comments, what's your anticipation for this launch on the 26th? When it's announced, what's going to happen? Well, usually what happens, and just from historic data, not necessarily in this chart, but others, where a launch or a partnership has occurred, you tend to see already the business kind of done already, and then you might have a bit of a spur on the day because of the particular partnership it might be, and then you just have the dramatic fall, and that fall could be anything. It could be up to 70%, it could be higher, particularly when you've had such a big rise like this. But what would be really interesting to see is what that partnership is, because if the partnership is big enough, you might see some, of course, a general correction, and particularly I'm interested in areas, for example, I'm just going to draw a few in here, this previous touchdown point. So I'm very much looking around this area, and I'm looking around probably these kind of touch point areas as well here, as maybe some drop down areas to consider on the way down. But like I said, if the partnership is huge, it could be enough of influx for people who don't know about Solve, or perhaps even looking at this in the last few days and going, I understand that, but I'm happy to wait and see what the longevity of Solve is. And they might jump in and they might go, wow, okay, that's a massive partnership. I'm holding this for the long term. I see the potential. I already see the potential personally of Solve. So that's why I've been buying it in small batches over a few months ago, maybe back in May or June or something, I can't remember, when it was on this bit of a tail down. And my belief is still there for it, but this is obviously a reaction, and you just be cautious. So if you are looking to try and invest, just be wary that this is substantially high. Both the RSI is 95. Could you be any higher unless you were 100? You know what I mean? And that there's a massive risk of taking opportunities up here, because the gains will be minimal, and the drop will be possibly significant. So you just be cautious, guys. Don't FOMO in if you don't feel like you've missed out on the opportunity as well, because there will come corrections, and that might not be immediate. It might be a gradual thing, because this real price is not true. The true price of Solve is not coherent yet. We have to find that through various algorithms and data points across the history of charts, over a multitude of months or even years sometimes. So the actual gradual trend, if you like, if you go back to our previous orange line that we drew around here, the argument is that actually we should be facing something around this sort of area, maybe as just sort of between 10 and 20 cents at some eventual stage over this next couple of months, if this particular area of interest was not occurring. So that's just my observations. Let us know what you think in the comments below about that. But yeah, I just, not financial advice, but just be cautious, guys. Like, you've seen what happens a lot with FOMOing is that people will jump onto the exchange and go and look at the big gainers and the big droppers in the bottom of exchanges and stuff, and people go, oh wow, this is up like 200%, I must jump in. And don't get me wrong, if you jumped in when we did that original video of 130% increase, even towards the end of that day and into the early hours of the morning, which I was up for watching and anticipating some trades on this, it did grow further, of course, but you've got to anticipate where are we on that. And that's when you look at things like the 4 hourly charts or the hourly charts, for example. I mean, let's just go to the hourly, for example, and you'll see what I mean. I mean, it's just a multitude of different opportunities here from those areas. So you see these kind of big drops, and within that whole period of 2-3 days, you can see a magnitude of different opportunities. But it's very hard to gauge. I get that, but just be cautious. Use the other indicators within your exchange criterias. Your RSI is obviously quite important, especially we've got ours set at 14 days. You could probably have set that as a multitude of different RSIs, and you probably still see a very high magnitude of indicator display there. So performance wise, guys, we're up 300% on the week, understandably. 430% up on the month. All of these probably criteria is occurring because of this crazy move that we've had in the last 3 days. Year to date in general, we were up anyway prior to these 3 days, which is fantastic news. But of course, it's showing you the awareness really, and hopefully, I'm hoping more than anything that people will not just look at this as a number and they'll go, actually, what is Solve? Oh right, okay, I didn't know about that. And go and check our intro videos, because that's what it's about. Research what you're investing in, do your own research, and invest in what you know. And if you don't know much about it, look at some research documents on their website, look at other videos, look at our intro ones, and you might see some perspective as to what this project is about. Like I said, I'm totally in for the long run of Solve. This has obviously been a great opportunity for day traders or people who are perhaps trying to grab quick gains and things like that. But just be cautious if you're dropping in right now of the risks, and play it safe, guys. Don't want to get anyone wrecked. It's really important to do your own research and think hard before you're throwing things in there, especially that whole mentality of only put in what you can afford to lose, as they say. So it's going to be really interesting next couple of days. I'm going to be interested to see what the moves are moving forward for this, but certainly we will be catching up over the next couple of days if we see anything particularly interesting in movements on the charts, but especially for that 26th of October partnership announcement. Guys, we're going to wrap that up there. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next Solve update. Bye bye.